What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Murder by Numbers. My name is Bax, and we're in part 2. We're going through part 2 today. So let us continue. So last we left our story, we were going through and we just escaped the room we were in to figure out this murder of our ex-boss, if that's the way to put it. So let's investigate. Let's solve, let's see. So up here, nope. Okay. Oh. The chair? Okay, let's solve some puzzles. So we have let's see. So we have a 10 grid with 7 here, which means this 4 in the center can go down. We have 1, 1, 1, 1. Then we have a 4, 5, 1, and a 1. 4 right side. Interesting. So this is a 6 and a 1. 6 and then a 1. So it could be this, that's the max. And the minimum is here. So if we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, it looks like these 4 would have to be filled in no matter what, right? One way or another with that 6. So we're using that number to help us get through. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that's what cracks open everything. So we got the 5, that has to be connected there. This one is done. That one's done there. A 3 on the bottom. Now we don't know where that's going right now, so we can't really do anything with that, but we can look here. 2 and 2. Well, we know that that has to be connected there. We don't know which 2 it is, but we do know that that has to be the case. This being the case means this 4 also. Ooh, okay, so this is unlocking stuff. So this is a 1. We don't know which one though. This is a 1, we don't know which one. This is a 1, 2, and we don't know. This could be either. It could be 1, 2 over here. We aren't sure. So we can't fill that one out just yet. But now we do have a clearer picture. That has to be our 4. So that's our 4. We already have the 1. So we're going to drop down here. That means this has to be our 6 here. It gives us the full 1 there. We have to have a 2 here, so it can only be one of those 2. So we'll mark all those off. A 1 here, it looks like a 3 here. So that's our first 3. Fills out our 1, 1 there. We could still, let's see. Yeah, so we still aren't sure. 4, so there's 8 here. So now we know that these 2 are a part of it. That's a 4 there. A 3 has to go here. So we know those 2 are going to be a part of it. So we know there's nothing there, and nothing there. So we know there's nothing there because that 4 can't go there. So 3 and 3, we know that has to be there. So that means those ones are already done. This 3, 4, we already figured out. We don't know. This one we don't quite know. We know that's a 2. So we know that one's done. So we know that has to go there, and that's there. All right. So we got the first one. We still need a 4. 4 and 4. We know this is a 1 as a result. Goes here. Still got the 1 there, 1 there. We have 2 and 2 there. So that's closed up. This also gives us the 4, which closes up all of those. So we have our 4 complete on the right side, 7 complete, and the 1 complete. What are you? A medical report? Okay, medical report away. Give us the report. What do we got? This is the medical examiner's report. If Cross must have called someone in to check the body. We use these in murder and Miss Terri when we need to know the basics about a murder. You know, cause of death, time of death. People were murdered on your TV show? Well, yeah, it's literally in the title. I didn't realize. I thought you said you were innocent. No one actually dies on the show, Scout. They're just acting. Acting? Ah, the show wasn't real. You're just pretending to be an actress. No, I don't have time to explain this right now. Give me a minute to read this report. Cause of death, blunt force trauma to the head, just like the detective said. Time of death, approximately 4:30 p.m. Where was I at 4:30? According to my internal chronometer, that's when we met in the parking lot. Of course. Scott, I think I just found my alibi. Ms. Mizrahi, what are you doing in here? Uh-oh. So now we have to question Bill. You really shouldn't be in here, Miss Mizrahi. You're going to get yourself arrested. I couldn't stay in that break room. How'd you even get out? I thought Detective Cross locked the door. I crawled out through the ventilation system with a little help from Scout here. I am Scout. Hi, what is that, a flying fax machine? He's a robot of some kind. We haven't had much of a chance to get to know each other yet. Scout, this is Bill. He's the studio's one-man security team. Hello, Bill. Boy, technology these days is amazing, isn't it? My son can fax me his drawings from home. They come out right in my office. Well, up until last week anyway. Now they've got him doing macaroni art at school. Cheese gummed up the machine. Something awful. Bill, I've got to prove to Detective Cross I didn't kill Blake. Can you help? You know I'd do anything to help you out, Ms. Mizrahi. I don't want to get in trouble. Well, what have you been doing? Besides getting into trouble. Put me in charge of guarding the crime scene. You got a lot to do, so I'm supposed to make sure no one gets in here or touches anything. You didn't touch anything, did you? Who, me? Of course not. You got nothing to worry about. What about the medical examiner's report? You were reading it just a minute ago. Did you forget? The report. Oh, geez, that's super important. I'm going to be in so much trouble if Detective Cross hears about that. Thanks, Scout. You're welcome, Honor. What do you think of Detective Cross? Honestly, he's kind of scary. I told him I liked his badge, and he towered over me like some kind of enormous, angry telephone pole. I swear he looks twice as big up close. He just stood there frowning at me. Felt like hours. Then he pointed at my tie and said it was unprofessional. I like this tie. All I want is to prove to Detective Cross that I didn't kill Blake. You're a smart cookie, Miss Mizrahi, but shouldn't we let the detective do his job? Stay in the break room all night? No thanks. Maybe he knows what he's doing, but it's taking too long. At this rate, the real killer is going to get away before he's even interviewed us. I know I'm just an actress in a detective show. Hell, I wasn't even the main character, but I can help. Maybe, but you're gonna need some serious evidence to convince Detective Cross you're not a suspect. The medical examiner's report says Blake died around 4:30 p.m. I'd left Blake's office way before that. That's great, but can you prove it? I've seen it in your show. You need evidence. Scott, did you record anything on those cameras of yours? Yes, Honor. I automatically keep a cyclical buffer of the past few hours of visual input. However, I have no way of displaying those images. All that technology, they didn't think to give you a printer. I'll add it to the list. You know, that reminds me of the fancy CCTV system we were supposed to get. Then they trimmed the budget and ended up only getting installed out in the parking lot. Wait, are you saying there's CCTV outside? Sure, no one ever showed me how to use it, but it's there. Boom. Bill, that CCTV will prove my alibi. I was in the parking lot when the murder happened. Can you pull the footage to show to Detective Cross? Well, in theory, but you need my fingerprint to open the security office door, and I'm supposed to stay here and guard the crime scene. Guard it from who? Everyone else is locked in the break room. What if the murderer comes back? Then Scout will blast them with his death threat. Really? He can do that? Honor, I don't have. Yes, that is a thing he can do. Absolutely. How could you go and get that now? Could you go and get that tape? Please. Okay, if you're sure, I'll be as quick as I can. Honor, I don't have a death ray. I know, Scout. Just play along, okay? My first real crime scene. Nothing like I imagined. I thought you pretended to solve crimes on your TV show. I did, and I've read so many mystery novels, seen so many movies. It sounds stupid now, but I guess I convinced myself I'd know how to handle a real murder. But now I'm standing here looking at the body of my friend, and... Oh. Bill, did you get that? Oops. Detective Cross will do just fine, thanks. You want to give me an explanation, or should I skip straight to the handcuffs? I can't wait to see how you're going to try and talk your way out of this. I can explain everything. How'd you even get in here? Through the air vent. The air vent? Who do you think you are, John McClane? Maybe if you hadn't locked us in the break room, I could have used the door like a normal person. Oh, really? My apologies. I didn't realize I should have made it easier for you to tamper with the crime scene. I realize this looks bad, but I got sick of waiting around. You haven't even taken our statements yet. This is real life, not some 2-bit TV show. Good police work takes time. I'm just trying to find some way to prove I didn't kill Blake. He was my friend. And you thought breaking into the crime scene was going to help your case? Actually, it did. There's solid proof I didn't do it. Bill's just gone to get the security tapes. I was beginning to wonder where he'd gone. Maybe you convinced him to leave so you could screw around with the real evidence. You'll see once he gets back. You just have to trust me. Trust doesn't get you very far in my line of work. Have you got any leads? Yeah, I'm looking at one right now. Please, just trying to help. Being a detective on TV doesn't mean you're qualified to waltz in and take over a real murder investigation. Real police work isn't a game, it's dangerous, and you don't know the first thing about it. That's where you're wrong. My dad was on the force. And I suppose he told you all about it? He didn't have to. He'd come home exhausted every night. I saw what it did to him. I might not have the training, but I understand the job. I know what it takes. Don't make me laugh. I've seen your show. You wouldn't last 5 minutes on the force. What would you do if the killer showed up right now? I would blast him with my death ray. It was a good try. He's just kidding, detective. Detective Cross, this is Scout. Looks like something out of Buck Rogers. Are you a real detective? Can you help me find my creator? Better get this flying toaster out of my face before things get ugly. Scout, maybe you should leave the nice detective alone. Wow, 0 for 2. What's taking you so long anyway? We've been stuck in that room for hours. Just doing my job. There are a lot of things to cover. Security, photography, evidence, collection. I've read enough mysteries to know it shouldn't take this long. Something's wrong. So I'm a little understaffed. Nothing I can't handle? Oh great, it's reassuring to know that Blake's death is so high on the LAPD's list of priorities. Central's screwing me around again, but it won't work. I might be old, but I'm not getting pushed into a desk job yet. Takes as long as it takes, and that's the end of it. Okay. All right, Ms. Mizrahi. I think it's time we move this conversation down to the precinct, don't you? I got it, Honor. Found the security tape. Nice of you to join us. Detective Cross, oh geez. I mean, what a pleasant surprise. Maybe I'm getting forgetful in my old age, but didn't I tell you to guard this room? I am guarding the room. I mean, I just had to go and care to explain how Miss Marple over here managed to get in? You said make sure nobody got through that door. You didn't say anything about the air vent. So you wandered off and left a murder suspect at the scene of the crime. Alone, with all the evidence. Well, when you say it like that, I only went to check the CCTV system. Would have been back sooner, but I had to take the darn thing apart to get the tape. Couldn't you just press the eject button? There's an eject button? So what do you say, detective? Care to see my evidence? You got 5 minutes. After that, I'm taking you downtown. That's all I need. Scout, can you scan this? Here we go. All right, so we got our 8. There's our 10. So we know we have a 2 and a 4. 1, 1, 1. This is 7 here. 4, 5, 6, 7. Oop, 1. Okay. And we have an 8 here. And that's gonna be all 1s. Okay. So we already got the 0s, another 10, another 10. A 2, so this is a 2. That's a 1. Then to do a 2, 1, we have to do that. That's one of the 2s. 7 synced up there. 1, 1. So we got our 1s. A 2 and a 4. So there's the 2. Our 4 could go either way here, so we don't actually know. We don't know that that'll be filled in. So that gives us our 1 there and our 1 there. This is going to be for our 2, 4, which means that's gone. Which means our 8 is there. 2, 1, 2, 1. Finishes the 8. This gives us 1, and that gives us 1. There we go. There we go. We found the tape. We done got that D rank. Let's go. And now we got puzzle in the memory bank. Okay, what are we looking at? This is security footage of the parking lot earlier this afternoon. Look, there's Bill. Who's that in the background? Looks like they got spray cans. You got a problem with vandals around here, Bill? Them? No, they're just contractors. We get a lot around here. You know, painters, carpenters, caterers, my brother. They're not contractors. They're kids. They've got skateboards, for God's sake. Didn't you say you were looking for kids doing graffiti earlier, Bill? He is the worst. Oh, jeez. As enlightening as this is for some of us, I don't see how it proves anything useful. I'm getting to that, detective. Bill, can you fast forward to 4:30? There, that's it. See? That's me standing by my car. I spoke to Bill, then Scout. Okay, you were in the parking lot. So what? Why would I say, okay. Blake was already dead. He died around 4:30 p.m. and the CCTV footage clearly shows I was in the parking lot. Well, I'll be damned. Not bad for a TV detective, huh? I guess not. Now, if I can just get you to write me an official statement. Wait a second. How do you know the time of death? Oops. Bill, did you let her read the medical report? Oh, jeez. Wah, wah. Listen up, everyone. I'll need to keep you here for a little longer. Please, detective, I spent the last 20 minutes trying to get John and Becky to stop arguing. I'd have more luck sorting out the Middle East. If you need something to keep you occupied, start working on those statements. What do I mean? Can I help out some other way? Scout could listen, Nancy Drew. You got lucky with that CCTV, but that was all it was, luck. Now go home and let the professionals handle this. Come on, she gets to go home. She could be the murderer. I've seen evidence that proves otherwise. The only thing she's guilty of is being a pain in my ass. You can't get me locked up in here. What if I'm next? Don't worry, babe. If anyone tries anything, I'll whack them with one of my dumbbells. You brought dumbbells with you on the job? Never know when you're gonna find a spare 5 minutes to work up a sweat. You know what I mean? Nice. A reclusive nun would get what you mean. And even sheathing 5 minutes is pathetic. Ooh. Ooh. Wait, did I just find Becky funny? Detective, I'm begging. You've got to let us out of here. I'm going stir crazy. Fine, you can leave the goddamn room. Just stay inside the studio grounds, okay? I mean it. Any of you try anything, I'll have you tackled by a patrolman faster than you can say WrestleMania. Quick question. How cute is this theoretical patrolman? How good is his credit? Does he get on well with his mother? As for you, go home. Just for the record, you guys are all crazy. I'm putting that in my report. Cool. Guess I should go home now like you said. Don't feel bad, you earned it. I did, didn't I? So what are you waiting for? You're free to go. You got that look on your face. She's gonna solve the thing. That's the Honor Mizrahi I'm not giving in special. It's just I got myself out of trouble, but what about you guys? What about Blake? He gave me my big break. Wouldn't even be here without him. It wasn't just my boss, he was my friend right up until he fired you. That's just it. It doesn't make any sense. All I could think of at the time was how angry I was, but looking back, he was so nervous. You've been playing a detective too long, babe. You're starting to sound like one. It's not just me. There's something else going on. I can't just leave. If you want to keep investigating, I'm here to help. Scout, don't you want to go and find a real detective? You may not be a real detective, but maybe that's okay. Maybe what I really need is a partner. I'm good at finding things, but I'm no good with people, but you convince Bill to help you prove your innocence to Detective Cross. So maybe I don't need a real detective after all, because together we can solve anything. Why not? I think I'm getting to like having you around anyway. How about you, KC? Will you help me look into it? Absolutely. But can I pop to the loop first? I've needed to go for hours. I'm genuinely scared something's about to burst. Use Scout scanning mode to look at objects, move the viewport of the mouse, and click to scan when the cursor turns red. Okay, so we already actually scanned in here, didn't we? Oh! Coffee cup! I thought we had already done this, but... So 10, 2, and 7, that's the only way that can fit. 6 is gonna put those 2 together. This gives us both our 5s. You know, that's not it because these top 2 are 2s. Once again, we're gonna make sure we're using the logics here. So 5 here. This is the only way this can fit for 2, 1, 4. 6 means that has to be filled in, which means these 2 aren't it. That's a 3 down here, which means the 2 has to go somewhere up here, but we don't know yet. 5 and 1 we aren't sure of. 2 and 5, well that can't go there, so it has to be this and then the 5. 5 down here, 2, 5 and 4, these are separate. 5 down here, so we know that's a thing. This is a 1, so we know that's a thing. 1 and a 1 there. So this gives us our 5 and our 4 for 9. 8 here we still don't know. 6 on the bottom, we have to connect those because they can't be separate, so that's good. That actually gives us 5 down here, and then our 2 is going to go somewhere up there, which means that's not a thing. So we already have the 1s. We need one more 1 down here. We have a 3 there, 3 there. This gives us our 4, so that's not going to be a thing. This is our 1. That's not going to be a thing. So that one's going to be there. That's got to be the 1. This has to be connected for the 6. There's our 1 for the 5. There's our 2. We still need 4. It can't go there. 2 over here. 1. 1 there. Gives us the 8. We still need 1 up here. We have the 2 there. Still need 4. There's the 1. Coffee pot. Not coffee. Coffee pot. What's this liquid? That's coffee. I don't know how I get through the day without it. It's kind of fuel. Kind of, but tastes better. At least it's supposed to. Stuff from our coffee machine on the other hand. Having difficulty understanding, is this coffee machine a fuel dispenser? I apologize for asking so many questions. Many of the intratextual connections in my ontological database were lost when I was discarded. You lost me at ontological. Isn't that something to do with insects? I know many things, but the relationships between those things is unclear. I'm trying to rebuild them. I don't know if it's a fuel or not, Scout. It's complicated. Not everything can be broken cleanly into simple facts like that. I see. You do? No. But my program tells you that's a good thing to say when faced with things I don't understand. I see. Okay, let's do these puzzles real quick. So we will go to... Actually, we'll go here. Save here. All right, let's get to these toughies here, huh? So we're just filling in the beginning. Just getting whoops. There we go. Okay, so this is 111, so we know that's the case. This is going to be a 213. We don't have a guarantee there. A 142, so this can't be the 1. So the 1 has to come after the 2. So this is going to be the 2, so we can wrap around that. Sorry, give me 1 second. Okay. 4 and 10, we have 15, so we know that this has to be the case. 3 and 10, we don't necessarily know the same thing. We do know these will be connected, though, if there is 10 there. 1 and 8, we know that has to be connected for 1 and 8, because we have 10, so we have to have the space for 9. 2, 3, 6. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. So we know those top 2 aren't there. That's there. So this is gone and gone. 11 here. 13 here. So 13 out of 15 is leaving 2 on the sides. 6 and 1 here. We know those are connected and those are connected for the 6. We also know this has to be there because that's a... Because 5 and then 6 has to fit in there, so we can fill in those 2. This is going to be for 6. We don't know yet what can necessarily go in the middle, I don't think. 5, 6, 7, 8. So 9, 10, and 9, 10. Space for 3. 13, we don't know. 11. Jeez, popping off. That has to be the case because there's no other way that we can actually fit a 6 and a 1 there. Okay, so let's take a closer look here. So we know those 2 have to be together. That's gone. 3, 4. We have our 2. Now we need the 4. Now we either have a 1 on each side there. 11 and 1. So it could be an 11 actually before that. 2, 1, 3. That could be the 3 over there. It could be a 1, then this would be a 2. This could also be the 1, and this could be the 3. So we don't actually know in that row yet. This has to be for the 2. This is for 10. So we actually know more about this 310, I think, than we're allowing ourselves here. So we have 8. So if this was 10, and then we went boop and then filled out 3, it would have to be these 2. If this was the 10, we would boop and fill out these 3. So these 2 have to be selected, right? Which means this is a part of the 4. But this has to be the 1. Or no, one of these 2 has to be 1. If this one is it, the 4 could go down. So we actually don't know. We don't know that. Okay, so this is 8, 9, 10, 11. So if it was maxed out, these 2 are nothing. There's just 4 here. We already have that about as close as we can get. There's 4 here, but there's also a 1. There's also a hanger, and this isn't a part of the 1. This isn't a part of the 1. So the 1 has to go in one of these 2 spots. Now, I'm entering a situation where I feel like I'm probably overthinking something, which I am very good at doing. Like this 2, 3, 6, for example. There's a 6. There's a 3. You know that's there. Sorry, there's a dog. What? What happened? Don't look near the doors. Okay. Dogs apparently want to join us. It's hailing? Oh. Well, they're both laying down on my feet now. So I don't know if they heard something or what happened. Apparently not. Okay. So we're going for the 4. The 4, 1. It could be here, could be here, but we do get to fill that in. That gives us the 3, 10, the 2. 2 has to go either way. That has to be the 2, because we can't have the other 2 and the 1. This has to be a 1. That's gonna be 2, and then 2 could go either way there. We're here for 4, 4, 2, and 1. This has to be the 2. If that has to be the 2, it can't be here because we still need a 1 underneath. Because we can't get a 4 and a 2 up here. If there's gonna be a 4 up here, that means that one's also gonna be connected, which we could have done because we filled that in. So we only have 1 more space on that. So back to this then, this has to go like this. And that finishes that one off. Then for our 6, 1, we know that has to be a thing. This gives us our 3, so we know those aren't a thing. We can connect this on the 4, which means that one's not going to do anything. This gives us the 1, which we know has to go there, which gives us the 4 there, which gives us the 11 there. This gives us a 2. This is a part of the 3, but we also need the 1, which means it has to be there, like so. Same thing here. Oof. Starting to overthink it there. Hey, we found a donut. That's pretty cool. Then we have a 1, 7. That's interesting. 3, 4, 5, 1, 1. So we have 5 here with 10, which means we actually, because it could be here or it could be on the other side. So we actually can't do anything for that one. Neither for the 4s. The 7 one should be able to give us something here. So that would be the answer. Or the 7 goes there, which means we know those 6 have to be there. So then we can use these to try to garner what we're doing up here. So this could be the 3 or the 6. This could be the 3 or the 4. This has to be the 5. That's interesting. So if this has to be the 5, those top 2 are out. And if it's the 5, so that's, I mean, that's all we can do because we have 4 ones that have to go after that, which it takes up 8 space. Actually, so that has to be the solution. This also has to be the 5. 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3. We know there's going to be another one attached to that one. This could be the 1 or the 2. This could be the 1 or the 2. So that isn't helping us. This is going to be a 4. So that's the highest it can go. And then underneath that, there's going to be a 1 somewhere. That means this can't be it because that's a 4. This can't be it because that's a 4. And that means these can't be it. Those are gone. So between 2 4s here, we know we can do this. That gives us a 3, 3 to pop both those off. 6 as well to go here. A 2 here. We can't guarantee that we know where that's going just yet. So this is going to be a 3 and a 6. So we can go 3 more there and put a marker. It's going to be 3 and 3. We can put a marker. And now this actually helps us get our 7. So we actually have our 7, and there's our 1. This is going to be a part of the 2 or the 5 on the column. We know this is the 3 or the 4. A 1. We don't have room to do 1, 2, 2, 1 if this wasn't a 2, so that has to be a 2 there. Now we know that this isn't the 3, this is the 4, so we can section that off and put our 3 up top. Then we have 3 1s underneath that. This is a 1 and a 2, so we know that that's the case. This is going to be 2 and 5, so that's nothing. 3 has to start, so that's nothing. This could still be, actually no, because we already figured out the 5, and there's our 4s. So now we know that this is the 2, which means that's not going to be a thing, which means this has to go there like so, which means that's not a thing. We have to start with a 3, so we know that's sectioned off. Start with a 4 here, so that's sectioned, that's sectioned. We don't know where the 1s are going just yet, though. 2 and 5, that's the only way that can fit there. So now if we look across, we have 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, and then that has to be 2, so that's done. Still have a 1 that needs to go here somewhere. We have a 2 and a 5. That's done, so this 2 has to be there, so we can section that off. So we still have a floating 1. This could be the 2 or the 1 in this row, so we can't mark that off just yet. A 2, 2, 3, so this is actually a part of the 3. Boop, that's a 1, 1, 1, 1. We have a 3, 3, 1 in this row, so that one's done. This column is also done. This has to be a 2, so it's going one direction. That's going to go in another direction there, or at least a singular direction. This is going to be 5, and it looks like we have 6. So we know 4 of those will be filled out. So that's going to be a 2, a 1, a 1, a 1. So that'll be a 2, and that's going to be a 2. This gives us 3, 4. We know that's a 1, so we know that that finishes that one off. 3, 6, and 1. We don't know where that 1 goes just yet. 2 and a 1 here. This could be 2, 1, so we don't know just yet. 5 going down here. This one is done, so we can section this off. Now this will get it better. The only place we can go is a 2 there, which means that has to be a 1. Gives us the 5 there. 5, 1, 3, 6 down, so that's clear. That's clear. 3, 3, 1 is clear. 6, 6, 1 is not yet. We just need 2 more 1s there. Clear, clear, 5. Cupcake? Candy bar. Same thing, right? Okay. Cool. What else do we got? Something on the ground over here? 2, blank, and 7. 1, 3. So that's going to start off for all our high ones. So that's going to be a 2, boop. We don't know about that one. 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So we know that's our start. The dogs are just, they are on my feet. Okay, so that's good. So we know that's the 3. There's our 2. This has to be our 2, so our 1's going here somewhere. That has to be a part of the 3. We already have the 1 at the end. Those 3 have to be there. That's a 1, that's a 2, 3. This is for 3 and 3, so there's that. 2, 1, and 2. 3 and 4 there. 3, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 3, 2, 2, 1, 2, 3. So actually for this to fit, that has to be it. And that gives us our start for all the rest of these. 2, 2. 1 is done, nothing there, that's done, that's done. 3. Then 4 can either go 4 or 4, so we know that one's there. A couple more 1s in here. A couple more 1s here, 1s here. Done, done. There's our 2, leaves a 1, 1, 2. Can't go there, so we know that's not a thing. This has to be here. That's going to be the start for our 3. That pops there. Two, 1, and 3. So that's to be a 3 because 1's going to go somewhere over here, which means the 2 over here. That can't go there. We have a 1 split, has to go there. 1 going here somewhere. So we know that's a 1, so that has to go there. Finishes off that column. 2 down here, not sure. That finishes that. We don't know where this is going just yet. Yes, we do. That's the 4 connector there. These are going to be 1s. 1's going here, we don't know. There it is. 1 going to be in this column, and 2. Video game? ID card. I tried. All right. Being very silly. All right. Looks like it belongs to Tully. He seems to be quite forgetful with his belongings. Wait a second. This card says Grittenmore Studios ID, but I don't recognize the design at all. Do you think it's a fake? Sorry, Honor. I have no reference to compare against. Perhaps there's someone more familiar with these cards who can help. Perhaps. Let's talk to KC. Well, look who it is, the lady that's putting the heel into Gumshoe. That one needs a bit of work, but you get the idea. I should probably introduce you to Scout, a new sidekick. Are you trying to make me jealous? I am Scout. He's some kind of investigation robot, we think. Sounds complicated. Yeah, it's probably easier if we don't try and explain it. Well, any friend of Honor's is a friend of mine. Nice to meet you, Scout. Who do you think the murderer is? Kill Blake. Any ideas? Obviously, we can discount ourselves. Some of these Becky, Tully, and John. Don't forget Bill. There's no way Bill's involved. He wouldn't hurt a fly. I don't think he could plan a murder even if he wanted to. Last week, I saw him get startled by his own reflection. Don't be mean. He's got a good heart. Did I say he didn't? You can have a good heart and no brain. He's living proof. You're proof that someone can have neither. Good one. What about Becky? Could she have killed Blake? The girl can hold a grudge better than Joan and Bet put together, and she wasn't exactly on good terms with Blake. Something about a contract disagreement. Don't suppose you heard any details through the gossip grapevine. She thinks she's not getting enough recognition, or she was demanding $100,000 for marketing. It's not so bad. The show could always use more marketing. Not for the show, for herself. Feature articles, billboards, the cover of Celeb Life magazine. Starshine Awards coming up. She's determined to win Best Actress this year. Does she really think she could force herself onto the shortlist through advertising? That's crazy. That's Becky, but Blake was having none of it. She's been trying to win that award for years. She's desperate. Who knows what she might resort to. What do you make of John? The weirdo with the bum bag, 3 out of 10 tops. It's not what I meant for once. Fine, well, there are fans and then there are fans. Like that girl we met outside the studio last year, she was intense. Like chain you to a radiator and get all misery on your ass. Intense. How could I forget? She tried to cut off some of my hair. I'm not sure if John's in the same league of crazy, but don't you think it's weird they showed up today of all days? Yep. What about that contractor guy, Tully? Such a dour name for such a gorgeous guy. If he wasn't such a creep, he'd be a solid 7. Oh, sure, he tries it on with you and Becky. What about me? What am I, chopped liver? Honestly, I really am destined to be alone forever, aren't I? Might as well get a cat and start knitting my own jumpers. Oh, babe, don't take this the wrong way, but maybe if you weren't quite so picky, you might have more luck. A girl should always know her worth, Honor. I wish I'd known that before I married Ryan. Anyway, let's focus. Do you think Tully is a real suspect? Don't be ridiculous, a murderer with those eyes. This coming from the man who said Jeffrey Dahmer had a certain mystique. Touché. Be honest, do you think there's a case against me? Police, how long have I known you now? 4 years. You're about as capable of murder as I am of giving my parents a grandchild. Thanks, I never suspected you either, for the record. I should hope not. Besides, if I was going to kill someone, I'd do it with far more flair. Blunt force trauma to the head is just so straight, you know? ID card. Isn't that Tully on the photo? Yeah, I think it's his ID card, but I don't recognize the design. Any ideas? Sorry, it doesn't look like any studio ID I've ever seen. Maybe try asking Billy. He checks those things every day. Cool. Coffee. You really need to clear out that bag, babe. An apple. You really need to clear. Okay, got it. Is there something else I'm supposed to... Don't be. They always get the faces wrong. You should have seen mine. They made me look like Dumbo. If you can get my cheekbones right, what's even the point? Paperwork? Boring. Okay. You really need to clear out that bag. We've heard that before. Okay, good. To the map. To the office. Ms. Mizrahi, you're still here. What's up, dude? How's it going? Still on guard duty? Still guarding the crime scene? Wasn't about me going to get that tape. I'd talk him out of cuffing me to the desk. Sorry, Bill, I didn't mean to get you in trouble. Don't mention it. Just glad you're off the hook. I always knew you had nothing to do with what happened to Blake. Thanks, it's good to have you on my side. You and Scott make a great team. It's a shame you can't help Detective Cross with the rest of the investigation. Yes, we can. That's exactly what we're doing. But he seemed really mad at you guys. Kept saying things like that damn vigilante and her flying computer. He didn't exactly give us permission, but there's something bigger behind Blake's death, and we have to find out what. Oh, geez, he isn't going to like that. No one's supposed to touch anything. Don't look at me like that. I just don't want to make Detective Cross angry again. I don't think my blood pressure could handle it, or his. What's your opinion of John? Oh, we get a kid trying to sneak into the studio all the time. I think he just picked the wrong day to try to get an autograph. You don't think he seems kind of intense? They're all like that. If you ask me, the kid got lost and now he's a murder suspect. His poor mother's probably worried sick. Have you ever seen this Tully guy before? I don't think I have, but that's not too unusual for contractors. They come and go all the time. Certainly looks big enough to kill someone, but why would Blake pick a fight with a contractor? I have to even consider it's possible Becky killed Blake. Did you know they were fighting over her contract? Kill someone, but she's so nice. Have you met Becky? I know she seems rude sometimes. I think there's a heart of gold in there somewhere. She probably just wants to be understood. Didn't you say the same thing about that guy from accounting who set the offices on fire a couple years ago? Well, you can't expect him to be right all the time. What do you make of this ID card, Bill? It's a nice card. Feel the weight of that laminate. They don't make them like this anymore. I had an uncle who was a big shot in the lamination industry, you see, and he always said, forget the lamination, Bill. It says it's a Gridmore Studios ID, but it doesn't look right. Is it a fake? No, it's just an old design. They went out right around the time I started working here. But that was years ago. Do you really think Tully has had a studio ID for that long? It's possible. Just wait here. I'll go check our files. I nearly forgot. I found something under Blake's desk. Maybe that scout of yours could take a closer look. That could be evidence. Should you give it to Detective Cross? I tried, but he was so busy yelling at me for leaving the room earlier that he wouldn't listen. Will you take a look? Yes. Yes. We will. So 5 for 7. Okay. So there's 3. There's 4. We already got the 1. 4 there. 4 there. 3 there. Okay. And then that actually gives us our 7 as well. Pops the 2. We have 2 1s, 5, 1 5, 2 2. 1 5 1 5 1 is a perfect fit there. So we know that has to be our 2 here. This has to be, this is a 1 1 1 1 1 1. We don't know about this spot. We know that's a 2. So we have 2 and 2. This gives us 2. This gives us 2. 5 here. Completes this one. 2 there, it can't go there. 2 here, 2 there, can't go there. That has to be like so. That has to be there. That's going to be a 2. Finishes off this row. That's a 2. That's a 2. That's a 2. A worm? Hair dye. Well, I was close. Ooh. Let's go. It's a small bottle, half full of a dark liquid. This is more of the coffee you told me about earlier. I don't think you want to drink that. It's hair dye. But what was it doing in Blake's office? Perhaps he dyed his hair. It does appear to be a similar tone to Blake's. Strange. I didn't think Mr. Patterson used anything like that. Then again, we all thought my Aunt Agnes regrew a full head of hair at 91. Turned out she'd gone senile and was wearing a carpet sample. Blake didn't dye his hair, but maybe someone else does. Your friend KC said he is an award-winning hair and makeup artiste. Maybe he could tell us more. Good thinking. If anyone around here knows more about hair dye, it's him. Now that Bill's gone, well, we finally got the crime scene to ourselves. We should scan the room and, oh, hello. People are just walking around. Oh, hello. Tully, what are you doing here? Me, I was just... It's kind of embarrassing. Can we talk? No. I want to solve some puzzles. Okay, so then we have 4 here. 3, 2, whoops. 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. All right, and there's gonna be 2 to finish that. We have 6 into 7. So we know that has to be the 2 here because the 2 and the 1 can't fit over there. So that gives us our 2 here, a 1 there. 1, 2, and 2, so this has to be a 2 because we couldn't get a 1, 2, 2 here. So this 2 will have to go somewhere in there. Going over and across, this will be a 1 somewhere. 3, 1, 2, 2, 1, 4. 4 into 6 gives us middle 2. we already have the 1. So this is going to be a 2 one way or another. That'll be a 2. 2, 3, and then a break for 1. 3, 1, 1. That 2 goes somewhere. So this has to be a part of the 3. So we actually know that's not a thing. Because we can't do the 3 first without running into that. Four and a 6 gives us those 2, which connects here. So those are gone. That doesn't help us there, and it doesn't help us there. But if 6 is going here, 2, 3. We know both those are spots. This is a 1, so that can't be a thing. So that finishes out that one. 2, this has to be a part of the 3, which means that's not a shenagle. That gives us 6 and the 2. 4 into the 6, 2 and 3. So this has to be the 3, and that's the only way that'll fit for the 2. I think that's the only way that'll fit to get 2. Nope, we could still get 3 down there. We have to start with the 2, so I know that's there. Put that there. Gives us this as 3. We already have the 1. We need a 3 on top. Gives us 4 there. The 3's there. This is 2. We need 2 1s. That's the only way that can happen. Then a 1 down here. 6 there. That's done. So a 3, a 1, and a 1. There we go. Cassette player. Tape recorder. We were close. We'll take it. Magnetic storage. VHS. Betamax. No, this is an audio cassette recorder. Maybe Blake used it for dictating. Looks like there's a tape inside. It's got something written on the label. SM66 tape 01. SM66 could be a code. Machine brute force algorithm. Spicy. Never gonna figure anything out like that. Just play the tape and we'll go from there. Okay, initiating playback. Who are you? What do you want? Don't play dumb with me. You know what you really want me to. Isn't there anything else I can do? Clock's ticking, Blake. All right, just don't. Finishing up on set right now. I'll go. The recording seems to be damaged, so the audio has been lost. I heard enough. Blake was being threatened. I just wish I could tell you who he was talking to. There may be more information. I'll continue playback. Son, I told her she's off the show. Jesus. How am I explain this to the network? It's not my problem. But we're done now, right? Just the rest of the photos. So, not so fast. We're on to these just in case. That was never part of the deal. This is... Calm down, Blake. Supposed to be over. I'm what I should have done from the start. Away from that phone. I'm not gonna warn you again. Get your hands off me. Rip. He was killed because of me. Nah, sounds like they were blackmailing him. Someone wanted me off the show so badly. I'm sorry, Honor. I wish I could do more to identify the killer's voice. It's not your fault, Scout. Figure this out somehow. And find out who this tape recorder belongs to is our next step. Alright, so we're gonna go to... Whoops. I'm gonna go back here. We're gonna go here. We're gonna save. We're gonna do the memory. And then we're going to probably call the video for today. It's been a good second day of effort. So 6 there. We know those centers are going to be there. We know those can't be the thing because 1, 3, 1. This has to be the last one in that row. Four, 2, 1. 4, 2. So there's a little bit of leeway there. Starting with the 4, I think these two have to be it though. Because if it was here, that would be maxed out. These 3, actually. Because that maxes it out, and this doesn't. So I think these 3 have to be there. A 3 and a 1. Now the 3 has to go in this spot here. This gives us our 2 for this column. This also locks off for 6. Now we have 6 into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, into 8. So we can fill out another 2 there. We know this is the 1, this is the 1. A 2 can only go here, so we know that 2 goes there. That could be the end of the 5. We don't necessarily know that's the 1. We know that this is not the 4. This is a part of the 2. So that's not going to be selected. That has to be. So that 2 is the last, so that gets crossed out. This is a part of a 6. Too much open space on that to know. Seven and 3 for 10. I think this might be... It's close. So the 4 will either have to go in this 5, right? So we can cross those out. We know the 4 has to go there. So we might be able to do something similar with this. So that's maxed out there. So I think this one has to be spotted for the 4. No, we don't know that. That might be pushing a little too hard. This is a part of a 4. All right, let's see. 1, 2, 3 doesn't help. 6 and 3 for 9 into all this doesn't really help. 1, 2, 2, 1. So could we go 1, 2? Nope, we can't. So this actually doesn't fit without that being a 1. So that can't be there because that end is a 2. So we know this is part of a 2, so that's not a thing. So we know that 3. This connected doesn't necessarily help us with the 4. Four, 2, 1, 2, 1, 4, 1, 4. These ones are all... These aren't gonna be doable until we get some other clues out here. 3, 5, 1. That could be the bottom of 5, so we just still don't know. This is a 2. This is a part of a 2 here. Four and a 4. We have 15 high. Or the 1X at the beginning. So this is me just working off of this column here to just try to figure it out. Nope, we can't do that. So what you see is, look, these ones are all the same. These ones will be filled in no matter what. So that helps us. Those two have to be filled in. And then we could probably end up doing something similar with this one. For now, no, let's roll with these two. This is for a 3 and a 4, so that's not it, because that can't reach down with the 4. This is up towards a 2, so this is a 2, this is a 2, and then our 3 will go up here in the 5, right? So that has to be 1. If this was 1, 2, 2, and 3, yeah. So that has to be 1. Two and 1, 2 and 1. Those are the only two ways that a 2-1. So hold on. So this is 2-1, 2-1. So either one of these could be correct if this is a 4, which means that one has to be filled in. We know this has to be a part of a 3 here. This music is gonna... Man, I'm actually kind of stumped on this right now. Like, what's the next breakthrough point? Okay, let's try our 1, 2s. No, let's just go. Only one of these down here can be the thing. 2, 3. Well, if this is a 1, we know that. There we go. It's part of a 2. It's part of a 4. That's a 1. This is gonna be a 4. 1 at the end. So any 1s will have, yeah, the X's on the sides here. What about 1s here as well? Looks like we've already done that. We don't know if this is a 1 right here. 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we could have a bunch of space for a 3. So we can't mark this one and mark that. I would think that 6 would be helpful, but that's just not the case. At least not for what I'm seeing. One, 4 going into 6. So those two have to be there, right? Actually, this is our second 4 connection. And we already have this here. So those are gone. So these are our probabilities for where this 2 can be. Then we have to have a 1 over here, right? So either our setup here is 2, 1 or 2, 1, right? That's how we got this in the first place. don't see that helping us though. Ooh, I gotta stop yelling. Okay, I think we can get this 2-2-1. Okay, so it's either, so our 2-2-1 is either boom or this. So we know those two have to be there. So this is a part of 2, this is part of 4. We don't know if this is the 1 or the 4, right? 3, because this could be 4 and then that could be 1. So this doesn't help us there. This is part of a 3, this is part of a 2, this is part of a 2. 2 up, 2 down. Even if that was maxed out, that wouldn't be a thing. Okay. Okay. So this being the case with the 1-1-1-1. Yeah, no, we can't know. We can't know. Even with an X there, we can't know. We know this is a part of a 4, and this is part of a 2. It maxes out here, and the 4 maxes out under, and then maxes out there. But we don't know where the 1's going, so it doesn't help us. So this is the 4. 3 going above. Oh my gosh. So we know that. So 3 in this space, we know that has to be a thing. So now we have a connection for, now we can start to do some work. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, boom. 1, 2, 3, boom, boom. So we know that those aren't a thing. Now we can go 2. We know one of these is a 1, and then we know this 4 is either here. So we know this. That can go there. That gives us a 2 here, which we know is done. That gives us this. We know that's a 1. These have to be connected because it's a 4, which means that's not going to be 1. And even if this reached as high up as it could and as far down, that's not going to be 1. That gives us our 4 over here. And there's our 1. So we have a 3 and a 4. If that's a 4, if a 3 goes as high up as it can, none of those are going to be there. This can't be a thing because 2 can't fit there. That actually gives us our 3. And if we're looking at the disconnect here, this has to be our 1 because we already have 1 down here, this floating 3. So it has to be our 1, which means our 2 can't go in either of those places. That gives us our 3. That gives us, okay. 3 up high, this is a 1. This could be the one, the 3 could go in the middle here. 3 and a 4. Well, if this 4 goes here, the 3 would be these two. If the 4 goes down, yeah, we still only know that this one is there for that 3. For this 3, we know that it goes either max there or max there, so that's gone. We know these are both a part of like different 2s. This 3 here, we know that, so that's good. Gives us our 2 ones here, those are gone. So we have 3 1s here. Only 1 more going in that row. Our 2 is getting close to figured out. We don't know any of that for if those are 1s or not. We know that's a 2, and so this is a 2. And if we're doing 1s, that's the only way the 1s can fit there. So this gives us 3. 1 across, gives us 4 as well. One can go there, which means we can't connect that because this has to be a 4-2. And now we just need to take a breath to check our work here and make sure we've X'd out all the columns that are done, etc., etc. So this is our 3-6. We have to connect there, so that's gone. Gives us an extra 1 here. Our 3-4 can't get up to there. That has to be the case for those 2. We don't know which one goes there, though. Okay, so 3-4. This column is a 1. Ooh, so these are actually... Those are all empty. This is a 1. And then 3 here. And there's the 1. Here we're going for a 4 and a 4. We don't quite have that. 3, 2. There's the other 2. That's gone. We have 2 1s here. The only way we can split those is to do this. So that's good. That's good. 1 1 2. We don't quite know. 1 2 2 1. Don't quite know. This has to be a 4, so we know that's good. Which means that's good. That gives us that 4. That's good there. That has to be our 1 then. This is our 5. That's our 6. Also completes our 4. 1, 2 ones there. 1, a 1, 2. Okay, so we gotta go different direction. So 2 down there. 4. 1 has to go up here. 1 has to go here, so we know that's there. So that can't be a thing. So that has to be a thing. So that row's done. That gives us our 1 there. Gives us the 3. Gives us the 2. Marks here. Oh my god. Oh. It's a good one. All right, that's gonna do it. Cheers, you guys are nuts. Keep up the great work. I'll see you again soon for another video. Yeah, solving number puzzles. Good stuff. Yeah, see you guys soon.